Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday night 1 hour edition show of Into the Night with me, Sean Kelly. And what a what a day, Joe Fox. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Now, everyone knows that. Well, before I get into the show, of course, I got to thank UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi. I also like to thank Carnation for sponsoring this hour of my show. Without Carnation, I would not probably be able to share my hour on Sunday and on Tuesday nights. So don't forget that I do have a show Tuesday nights from 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. on the same platform, same channel, same everything. Well, a little update on my surgery that I had. Okay. Last Tuesday, I had my surgery done, and it was a 5 hour surgery, and it took 3 surgeons. They found a 6.5 pound tumor on my thyroid. So they took the thyroid out along with that tumor, and right now it's in pathology to see. There was some cancer cells, suspicious cancer cells in there, but they want to double check on that. Which comes to this weekend show, the Sunday night show. Now, everybody knows that it is Memorial Day weekend. And we are here to celebrate, to thank the men and women and civilians who gave up their life to make this a free country, the United States. Okay? And the way my United States of America is, it's not the United States of America that I have known for a very long time. And it's really, really disgusting to see this. And actually, I am a little embarrassed of all the crap that's been happening out there. Let me run some numbers by you, okay? 6,800 were the Americans killed in the Revolutionary War. 6,800. Now, these are the updated numbers that I did, look up before. Cindy Simpson, hello, hello, Sean, and everyone. Hello, Cindy. Thank you for coming on. The Revolutionary War, there was 6,800 soldiers that had passed, that died, fighting for, to keep it out of England's hands. 6,800. In the Civil War, which separated the North and the South before April, I think it's April 14th, 1865. The Civil War. 360,222 Union soldiers died. 258,000 Confederates died. And even though this war was in the United States, okay, they all fought what they believed in. Even though I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm a Northern, I'm a Union dude, I gotta, I bless and pray for my fellow people down, the Confederates down south, because you have to. World War One. Yes, yeah, Joe. Joe Fox says, "Holy cow, what a jumping death!" Well, I'm not done yet, buddy. World War One. 116,516 servicemen, United States servicemen, died. World War II. 416,800 Americans died. The Korean War. As of 2022, 36,634 Americans died. Vietnam, 58,220 American servicemen and women died. The Gulf War, it was a lot easier. Um, the first Gulf War, there was only like 219, and the second Gulf War was 154. The total amount of casualties of United States armed people, guys and women, my sisters and brothers, out of all those wars came to 1,253,565. So you could have freedom. Yes, so you can have freedom. So you could have the Constitution of the United States of America. Granted, it gives you the number one free speech. You say what you want. But to protest us, these kids who go to college, protesting on their campuses. A while back when George Floyd got murdered, they were burning the American flag. Come on. To me, being a service member, being in the United States Navy, that freaking tore my heart out. It tore my heart out. Joe Fox says, can we hold a sitting president responsible for any deaths during their term? Should be. Yes, I agree with you, Joe. There should be a sitting president responsible. Yes. Don't be sorry, buddy. There's no need to be sorry. The women and men of the United States military who have fought for our country, they need to be heard. But people up in Washington, D.C., you know what? They don't give a damn. They don't. They don't care. Joe says wars would be a thing of the past for sure. Of course they would be, Joe. Of course they would be. But people have to put their mitts into everybody else's business, got to give away all this freaking money so they can get kickbacks. 1,253,565 guys and women of the armed forces gave their life. So you can run shit like this, what's going on in America today? This is not the America that I grew up with. You saw a soldier, you saw an Air Force, Navy, Army, Coast Guard, Space Force, Marines. Growing up, you respected those people. Because I tell you what, they had a bunch of balls. They had balls. Especially during the Vietnam War. A lot of them went up and moved up to Canada. They didn't want to go to war. And then you had our soldiers come back from Vietnam, stepping off the plane, and they're getting spit on, getting shit thrown at them, calling them baby killers. They don't deserve that. Why? Because you guys want to protest a certain thing? Because you want to protest this, you want to protest that? But to burn the American flag? Nah. Or put it on the ground and step on it? I know for a fact, I know a lot of guys, including me, including my brother, would give my life up for the American flag. We would. Doesn't it mean anything to you? It doesn't, does it? Joe Fox says, I don't know about everyone, but this Memorial Day seems to be a somber one for me. Joe, it is a somber one. It is a somber one. It's a sad one. It's a sad one. People, it's funny. Of course, I go on TikTok. Of course, I go on Facebook. And there's not too many people celebrating. Not celebrating, but giving acknowledgement to the servicemen and women who fought, who died for this country. Not one, very little. And so I belong to the VA hospital. And they're the only people that care. They care. I go over there and I see guys from Vietnam who got that, what, is it the 1,000-yard stare? Who don't have anybody in their life except people who come and pick them up and take them back to where they're at. Do you know how many homeless vets are out there to this day? Right now, I looked it up before the show. 35,574 homeless vets. Cindy says, I fly my flags inside and outside of my house. God bless you, Cindy. God bless you. 35,574 homeless vets. And you got these people crossing the freaking border that get more. That get more than our homeless vets. And those 35,574 people went to freaking war. So you had the right to say what you wanted to say, but no, you turn your back on them and you slap them right in the face. It really, let's say, Joe says our nation and our freedoms and our vets and our deceased heroes are being trampled on and being taken with a grain of salt. It's sad, Joe, but you are so right. I'm going to reread what Joe just said. Joe says our nation and our freedoms and our vets and our deceased heroes are being trampled on and being taken with a grain of salt. They sure as hell are. They sure as hell are. Thank God for the VA hospital. Thank you for the VA administration. If you really want to have an eye opening, ladies and gentlemen, go to the VA hospital and volunteer. Or spend 1 hour with those guys. And then you will see what it's all about. And do you know what the truth is? And this is the exact same truth. This is the truth. If they could do it again, they would. They would sign the dotted line. Is what they would do. And I would do it too. If I couldn't fight, I would pass that stuff. I would try to do something. But these guys would fight. And all you do is shit on them. Some of you people right now are probably saying, "No, he don't know what he's freaking talking about." It's not true. I don't believe that. And though, and then you just go in your Bentley and you go to a freaking 4 or 5 star dining, restaurant and eat caviar and bullshit like that. Listen, assholes, if it wasn't for the servicemen who fought for this country, you wouldn't be able to drive your Bentley and go to that 5 star restaurant. For all you dumbass protesters out there protesting on college campuses, and yeah, you are dumbasses. Your parents got the money to send you to that college. You're protesting everything. But don't forget, you seriously need to open your eyes and your mind saying if it wasn't for the servicemen and women of the United States, you would not be able to do that. No. And what do? You shit on them. You shit on one of my brothers or sisters, you're shitting on me. That's not fair. I don't like being shit on. But you're doing it. You're doing it all because you want freaking money. You want everything on a freaking platter, a gold platter with a gold fork and spoon and knife. You want it. You want it. If you don't get it, you cry like a freaking wuss. Well, why can't I have this? Why can't I have that? Why can't I get my Bentley? Why can't I have a Mercedes? Dad, why aren't you giving me $1 million? Dad, why aren't you doing this? Mom, why aren't you doing that? And again, I will say it again. If it wasn't for our military, our servicemen and women who died for us, you wouldn't see it. Joe Fox says, your show always touches on the real subject matter that matters. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. I'm tired of candy coating everything, Joe. I have to come out and tell it like it is. I can talk about ghosts. I can talk about Bigfoot. I can talk about cryptids. How I could talk about the manta rays that are going through the ocean. But this is an important weekend. This is the most important weekend out of the year. And when I see pictures of what is it, not Calvary? Thank you, Joe. Arlington Cemetery, and you see all those flags that are being put on. I think there was a division of Army that put 23,000 freaking flags. Some of those guys and women who have died at a young age. Look at their families. They never, they only had their mom and dad for 18 years. They never got the chance to grow up. They never had the ability to have kids of their own. No. But we want to shit on them. We want to shit on them. No. I don't know what America I'm living in today. Can anybody out there in the chat room tell me what kind of America it is today? This is an open forum. You could say whatever you want to say. Seriously, you could say whatever you want to say. But you can't do that. I mean, the Constitution gives you freedom of speech. But don't destroy people, servicemen and women who died so you could have that freedom of speech. Seriously need to hurry up November 5th, 2024, because this is freaking ridiculous. You know, they just don't care. For all those people out there who are enjoying their wonderful 3-4 day vacation weekend, where you go watch a Pirate game, or you go on a family picnic, and you cook hot dogs and you cook hamburgers. Think about the families that can't do that no more without it being a sad occasion. Do you think about the families? I don't think so. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Okay, let me catch my breath there. The boys in Vietnam. That police action is what it was called. It was a war. It was a war. Those kids never went on a summer senior vacation. They went straight to Vietnam. People forget about those people. Oh, okay, hold on, Joe. Let's see what you got here. Black slavery and reparations makes me nauseous, yes. Very sick of it, given the fact that Caucasian far outnumbered them since the beginning of recorded history. Know your history. Yes. Yes. People, and Cindy Simpson says, people don't care enough about the veterans. The medical care they receive is not ever enough. Not to mention they never receive the money they should. Why is that, Cindy? Can you share that answer with me? Why can't they get the money? Why can't they put them in VA homes? Why can't they share, give them a couple extra bucks so they can have a freaking dinner? How hard is that? They don't give a shit. I am totally, brutally disappointed in my federal government this around. You can't even have something nice for this Memorial Day for them. All you give a shit is about your money and your big cars. Yeah, that's all you care about. AOC, Alexandria Cortez. You're in Congress. Go to the cemetery and lay a wreath on the serviceman's grave. I challenge every congressman and woman in the United States government and the senators to go to a cemetery tomorrow and say a prayer to one of those people and thank them. Instead of worrying going off, teeing off on the first hole at 6 o'clock in the morning. Go to the cemetery. Go to their families. I challenge you this. Go to their families. Talk to them. Tell them that you understand what you're going through. Because you dumbasses up there in the House and in the Senate, if it wasn't for that 1,253,565 American servicemen and women, you would not be where you're at today. And that's the truth. And if you don't go, I don't give a damn. You're a coward. You are a coward for not going. You treat, well, okay, Joe says, just running for public office with no formal history education is just plain stupid and opens the door for idiots. The system is broken. And yes, Joe, you hit the nail right on top of the head, or the head on top of the nail, whatever that is. You are so true. You are so true on that one, Joe. But I challenge you guys up there to go up. And not so much up there on the hill. I'm talking about your the local governments. The local, what did he say? Public office people. You know what? It's great for Dan Miller to go through a parade, wave his hand, hi, I'm Dan Miller, I'm an attorney. Vote for me. Why don't you go to the cemetery? Go to the cemetery and celebrate them. Celebrate them. They deserve it. They definitely do deserve it. But I could talk and talk and talk until I turn blue in the face. And maybe some listen, maybe some don't. That's not on me, But I'm calling every one of you assholes out right now who don't give a flying freak about the United States flag or the United States of America. I'm calling you out now. Get some gonads and go help the families of the deceased servicemen and women. It is at the 30-minute mark. Okay, so now we're going to take my 70-second break. You know what? No, we're going to make it a minute. Give us an extra 30 seconds to, to give a little 30 seconds to the people, to the servicemen and women. Hey, welcome back to the second part of Into the Night with Sean Kelly on UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi. I also want to thank Carnation for sponsoring this hour of my show on Sunday night. And they also sponsor my Tuesday night show, too, from 8:10, 9:10 p.m. Tuesday nights on the same platform, on the same radio station. In the first half, I was just I wasn't venting. I was telling it like it was. To recap a little bit, 1,253,565 servicemen from the Revolutionary War to the Gulf II War. The men and women of the armed forces died to give this country freedom of speech. Joe says, who is the sponsor? The sponsor is Carnation Instant Creamer. That's who it is. And also, if you can, please send an email to iCard.net. Joe Montaldo, he is my station manager. iCard.net. Yeah, that's it. Something like that. I'll go to you later, buddy. So, before I closed up shop for the first part of the show, this weekend, if you can, please say a little prayer for the servicemen and women of the United States who gave their lives for us so we could have this weekend. They deserve it. They deserve it. I have a friend of mine. He's in the Marine Corps right now. And I asked him, I said, what is your actual duty to be in the United States Marine Corps? And you know what he told me? To protect the Constitution of the United States. But people nowadays don't want to look at that Constitution. They don't. They try to get, sidetracks, this and that, try to avoid it. That's not what it's all about. Who knows what's going to happen November 2024? I know that Donald J. Trump, he cares for the veterans. He's done a lot for the veterans. And he will probably, and more than likely will, continue doing stuff, helping out the veteran and the deceased ones. But we can't not just talk about the United States servicemen and women. We have to talk about the other countries out there, like Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Japan. Oh, people are going to ride on me because of Japan. Yeah, they attacked. That's another good thing. If it wasn't for the servicemen in Japan, then we in Japan kicked our ass. Who knows? We'll be, doing something else, being Japanese. That's the same way with being German. In World War II with Germany, we would be speaking German. But our boys, our girls of the United States Naval Service, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, every one of them, went in there, kicked their ass, and took names later. So we could be free. Are we free today? No, we're not free. And they're still trying to pull the wool over our eyes. It's just disgusting. It really is. But, look at England. And when they were in the Falklands, you know what I mean? It's not just the Americans, it's all the other countries that have lost brave men and women to war. So why do we want to shit on it? Why do we have to protest it? Are you all that damn conceited? Thinking you're the best? And get whatever we want? Huh? Sure as hell sounds like it. Sure as hell looks like it. My show goes all over the world into a lot of different countries. And I want to say today that I do pray for the fallen service people, all your armies and navies, the Royal Marines, whatever. I give you my sympathy. You helped us out in a lot of wars, so I do believe you should be part of our Memorial Day service. Yeah, I believe that. And I thank all your people. I thank you. You know, it's sad. It's sad. In 1981, I joined the United States Navy. I got out in 1985. I was out at sea for 3 years and 2 months. And do you know what's crazy? We hit a lot of protocols. We had a lot of them. And do you know we got treated with more respect than we did when we come back? Than we did when we came back home? We got treated with a lot of respect. There are countries out there that, they count on us to help them when they're in trouble. And we're the first ones to step in to help. And then when we're in trouble, those countries come in and help us. I remember the one time, Joe, remind me, if you're still in here. What was it? It was about 2, 3 months ago where a VA lady wanted to take down the picture of the sailor kissing the woman in Times Square in New York. She wanted it taken out of all the VA hospitals. Are you that freaking dumb? Are you that stupid? That is a landmark. That's a history photo. And you want to take it from the VA hospitals and the VA buildings? I don't know. And why I'm really big on the VA is because, I do go to their medical, and they did find this tumor and they did get it out. They did. And I'm very grateful for that. And they don't play like these other doctors out there. The other doctors out there, I mean, it's up to an insurance company to tell you, you don't need this, you don't need that. I can guarantee it if I was not with the VA, Uh, Joe Fox says we need to belittle that woman until she. Okay, I understand, Joe. I understand. But Joe, this I just comes back. The word just popped into my mind. It's my favorite word, and that is karma. They will get theirs. They will. Every single one of them assholes out there that want to take pride away from the United States, they're going to get theirs. Might not be in my time. I might be dead by that happens. Whatever, but they will get theirs. All I know is that we need to celebrate. We need to go to the cemeteries this weekend. And we need just to say thank you. That's all we need to do is say thank you to these people, gentlemen, women, and men. And we also have to thank their families or give their families a hug. See, you know what? It's funny because, I had a lot of patriots in this room at the beginning of my show. Now I'm down to one. Ain't that crazy? I want to hear it. They're probably, I mean, it just, it don't bother me. You guys probably have something. I got Cindy, I got Joe, who follow me all the time. But you know what? We need to do something for them. We need to do something for the families of the fallen veterans. We need to. Maybe it will happen. Just give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Tell them thank you for their son for what he did to me, for us. And he did. He gave it to us. And he had to sacrifice his life for it. So I celebrate Memorial Day in grief. I always did, I always will. I know I do. Cindy says, you always have me, Sean. I know that, Cindy. And you and Joe, I truly, truly appreciate it. Truly, truly appreciate it. But let's make a difference. Let's give credit where credit is due this weekend. It's not about the hot dogs or hamburgers. It's about the guys and women who sacrificed their life in order for us to have a free country. But as of right now, May 26, 2024 at 8:55 p.m., I truly believe that our country is not free. And it won't be free until November 5th, I think it is, 2024. When that person gets out of office and Donald J. Trump gets into the office, life will be a hell of a lot better. And I pray it does. I don't want vengeance on people. If they broke the rules, if they did something wrong, you know what? They deserve to get what they got. But it's amazing how one person just destroyed the nation. Destroyed a nation. But I will tell you this. I will definitely tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. We are fighting back. We are. And the more that we fight back, the more it's our turn to continue doing what our servicemen and women did for us. It's time for us to take the watch now. It's our turn to protect our country. It's our turn to make it right. Yes, it's our turn. Whew. Wow. Kind of craziness here. But um, I do want to wish everybody a happy Memorial Day. I'm still under the weather with this operation. Let me see if I could show you a little bit. There it is. You see the mark. You know, it looks like someone took a knife and slit my throat. I can't wait to get these stitches off. And then we can get back to doing haunted places again, you know, because that's what I feel like I want to start doing. I want to start finding places that are haunted where people can go and investigate and maybe talk to some paranormal groups out there that been to places. God bless you too, Joe. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. That means a lot. God bless you too, Joe. But I want to do that. I'm coming up with a new format. I figured I got a new lease on life with them taking this out. But I'm not out of the water yet. Okay, they did find some nodule stuff on the liver. But I know they were waiting for this to get over with before they attempted to go for the liver bit. And I could have another story about that, but you know what? I'd probably get kicked off of YouTube and that. So, and then this summer's coming up, and then I do want to do some cryptid hunting. I want to go ufology hunting. I want to get back to the basics, you know. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. It got hotter than hell in here. I guess that's all my, not rage, but a little bit of anger there. But I'm going to get back to basics, but the paranormal, different places to go, different groups that went out. What I really would like to do is get a show in and just have all skeptics on. My boy Ryan O'Shea came on about 2-3 weeks ago, and it was a great show. And I'm going to have him on again, and we're going to talk about AI. That will be an interesting show. There's so much going on right now in the world right now, and right now we're in. I mean, you know, walking through the valley of death. I think we are right there. Every one of us. We're right there. We're on the bottom. We're on the ground floor of that. And you know what? We're going to get out of it because I do see the little mountain will start walking up the mountain again. I believe that. I see it. It'll take 8 to 10 years to get back to what we had before. But you know what? It'll be a sign of relief. And maybe people will start smiling at each other again. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, live your best life, Sean. Oh, yes. See, I got 6 more years I can retire, and I want to travel. You know, I want to travel. And that's going to be so cool when I travel. If I'm still hosting the show, when I retire, I can jump in my RV, go find a haunted place, do some and do some stuff there. I have so much I want to do right now. But my main concern for me right now is to heal. The heal. And I'll get there. I definitely will get there. We're getting pretty close to the end of the witching hour. And I haven't pulled cards in a long time. Okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pull 3 cards from the animal medicine deck. We haven't done this in a while. And what I'd like everybody to do is write down the animals that I pull. You're going to get 3 cards. You're going to get your past. That's the first card. You're going to get your now card, which is going on right now in the now. And then you're going to get your future card. Write the animals down in order and Google them and see if they pertain to what's going on in your life today on your path. Because more than likely it's a message for you. So as I get the cards, okay, I'm getting the cards. I'm shuffling them. Okay. Okay, so I shuffled the cards. I'm cutting them. Remember, write these down. First card I pull is your past card, which is the frog. Ooh, can you see it? There you go. The frog. The frog is your past card. The now card is a salmon. Salmon. And the third one, this is your future card, is the elk. Ooh, there you go, the elk. So the frog, the salmon, and the elk, please write those down. Google them and see what they mean in your life and your path. Future is elk, right, Joe? The salmon is the now. It's getting close to the witching hour. I want everybody to know that I thank you dearly for coming in and watching the show. I will be on Tuesday if I am not feeling good. Michelle, my station manager, she'll just put up a replay of one of my other past shows if I'm not feeling too good. Thank you for everybody that came in and enjoyed listening to the show tonight. You're welcome, Cindy. And if everybody can do this one thing tonight or this weekend, could you pray and could you thank 1,253,565 servicemen and women and pray for them and tell them thank you. Children, if you can, please go to your parents. You're welcome, Joe. Go to your parents and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. And parents, please go to your children, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents, if you have no children, give them a hug and tell them that you love them, because those 3 words go, I love you, go a long, long way. And on that note, good night, everybody. It was a great show tonight. And hopefully we'll see you Tuesday. Good night, everybody.